So 3 mistakes you don't want to do. And no, these are not the normal mistakes that you see on YouTube, like don't overscope, don't crouch and don't give up. These are some of the best advices that I would give that actually screw up your project in long term. Starting without a design. Most beginners either open Unity or Unreal or Godot or whatever engine they are using without a pre-production or a design plan, and they just start building. This will only result in spaghetti code, random mechanics, and no vision for the game. What does actually happens and should happen in actual production? You should do the pre-production plan first, as we said multiple of times, and you could watch our bullet point video about pre-production plan in our channel. It includes multiple steps that actually could help you longer in pre-production, save budget, save time, and actually understand if this game would be playable, is fun or not before even publishing the game or start in the production. Not everything about coding, not everything about making the stuff actually in the engine. Some stuff are need to be prepared prior to that. It's a big production. Usually you would take 1 to 2 years to develop your game, so take time in pre-production. It's insanely good. Copy pasting rather than building actual systems. This happens for people that did not come from a programming background and came from artist background, or do not understand really how to code games, so they think they only need to make code, and it's actually very wrong. You go on YouTube, write something like I want to learn how to make a player movement, so you go and make a player movement script. This is actually something that could on longer term make you deal with a very spaghetti, not organized codes, and usually mid-production it's unfixable. You should build systems, not features. Instead of making, for example, a gun script, you should build a generic weapon system. It can handle guns, bows, magic, stuff like that, so things related to projectiles. Building systems would help you to not worry about code in longer term and just adding features via the inspector and the tools you made, rather than making features along the way that get glitchy. And the problem with features that you see from different YouTube videos, that they are not actually interconnected in each other, which is very hard to do in a game. Usually everything is interconnected with the stats and stuff like that, so because they are not interconnected, it gets very messy, especially for bigger productions. You should think of frameworks and systems first and very early in development, making a game that you don't either have the skill or asset for. Unfortunately, most of us, when we start in game development, we think we're gonna build the new AAA game or an MMORPG game, which is very complicated in systems. Unfortunately, this won't happen. These games need a lot of budget and very big teams that already have a very big prior experience in the production. Again, you should not think of a game from just a coding perspective. Animation, visuals, models, and music, they are all stuff. Also, these are all stuff that takes a lot of time to develop. For example, usually one animation from one animator took almost 1 week to do, so it's something that is very long in process only if you have a very big team. Or if so, no, try to scope with the current budget, scope, time, skill, and an actual team size for your project. And that's why pre-production is very helpful, because if you go throughout the pre-production phase and make an actual vertical slice, it could help you to determine if you could actually go with this for a full production. And usually if you made your full vertical slice, you can do it. Your first game should not be about making a very masterpiece. You are just testing the waters of the game development industry, so you try to make something that is solid rather than unique or something very creative, just to understand and put yourself in how to make the pipelines and make a start for the game that you actually want to make later on. So if you like the video, definitely drop a comment, say your opinion about this stuff, what problems you could face. I try to answer all the comments in the comment section. Subscribe if you can. hit that bell button, and thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.